Welcome to the Selah podcast. My name is Jacob, and I'm here with who?
Tamsy Smith.
And this week we're talking all about what it looks like to pray and fast, and specifically looking for some type of breakthrough or clarity or guidance in your own personal life. So hopefully you've been fasting with us this week as we're on to the last day, and we hope that this encourages you. So Tamsy, tell us a little bit about your connection to the Refuge.
My connection to the Refuge started at its very beginnings because my husband and I moved here to help start the church. I'm married to Pastor Nathan.
Do you know him? I hope you do. So we're going to be talking a little bit about breakthrough in regards to dreams about our future, maybe something that the Lord put on your heart as something you want to do with your life. So you can go ahead and jump in, Tamsy.
Okay, so I guess it started about in 2011, leading into the 2012 Selah fasting season. I had 3 young kids and was really starting to think about whether or not I wanted to work outside the home. And up until then, I had just been a stay-at-home mom and homeschooling. But I really had a passion for fitness and a passion for helping other people learn to love, to be fit and learn how to exercise. And every time I would go to the gym, I would attend a group fitness class, I just felt like, I think I could do that. And I think I could really love it. And I might even be good at it, And so leading up to that 2012 fasting season, I decided that was going to be one of my main focuses during Selah, was to pray about what I should do if I should pursue this dream of becoming a fitness instructor. So prayed and fasted for the 3 weeks about that. And at the end of that 3 weeks, I really felt to go ask the general manager at the gym where I was attending if that could be a possibility.
Yeah.
And she said to me, "Are you serious right now?" And I was like, yeah, I think I really would like to do what you do, like lead people and teach people how to work out. And she was like, "I desperately need somebody that will learn how to teach and get up there and do what I do. And I have an opening like almost immediately." Wow. And I was shocked. She's like, "Okay, so here's what you need to do." She laid out some steps for me to follow. And so I did, and come to find out there was a training, because you have to get certified to teach group fitness classes. There was a training in Charlotte within the next 3 weeks. And that in itself was a miracle, because those trainings don't take place all the time everywhere, So the fact that it was local and it was super fast was kind of crazy. And so throughout that previous 3 weeks of fasting, my prayer to the Lord was, "God, this will be my Isaac. I'm going to take this dream that I have up to the top of the mountain, and I will slit its throat if you ask me to. But if this is something that you want me to pursue, then I'm asking you to open the doors and show me where to go, what to do, who to ask, who to talk to."
Yeah.
And so with it happening so fast like that, with the doors opening so fast, I just felt this peace, the Lord was saying, "Okay, take the next step. Okay, take the next step." And so as I stepped through each door, it was like the next door was already opening as I was stepping through. And so I went to that training, I got certified, and within the next 2 months, I was in front of a classroom teaching my first group fitness classes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I noticed that you said, "I think I can do that." And that's the key statement of any dream, of as far as being able to go accomplish something. And we have a hard time, I think, separating our own pride from that statement, because it's if I say, "Oh, I think I could be the president," then it's am I prideful because I said that?
Right.
Right. But, and I'm not going to be president, but maybe, maybe the Lord is actually sparking something in you to even have the guts to say, "I think I could do it."
Yeah.
And so from my experience, it's if once I say it out loud, which is it can be in your head for a while, but you say it out loud to someone you did to that instructor, then you've actually stepped out in faith on the thing that was a dream, and that you're trying to wrestle with whether or not you had the idea or not. But it's all kind of secondary to the fact of "Lord, I want to submit this to you."
Yeah.
So if you submit it to him, now the dream's in line with what he has for your life anyway, because you're saying, have your way.
Yeah, exactly. And I was willing to lay it down. And I think that's a big key of knowing whether or not it's a dream birthed inside of you from the Lord, or if it's just a soulish kind of desire, is to be willing to lay it down and let him have it. And if he gives it back to you and opens the doors for it to happen, that you know his blessing is on it, you know, to keep pursuing it. And so my dream started just a few months after that, Selah in 2012. And after that, it was insane, the amount of group fitness classes I got to teach, and then the amount of certifications I got to add within the year. And a year later, I was basically full-time group fitness instructor. And then maybe 2 years after that, I was actually managing the group fitness department at a very nice gym in Uptown Charlotte. And so I could have never known where that dream, you know, would have led me, but I trusted the Lord. And the thing about it is, you know, I grew up an athlete. I love to exercise. I don't know if you know or not, but not a lot of people love to exercise.
I don't.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
I like to eat.
Shocking. But I feel like because I love it and because I'm passionate about it, I can help other people maybe not even learn to love it, but do it, you know, at least do it, because we know that it's good to exercise our bodies and get stronger.
I like water more because you told so many of my friends that they should love water more.
See?
And then they started bringing water bottles everywhere, and I felt like I should have one of those.
That's great. I love that. I'm having an impact. But so, you know, that's the thing. I loved it, and I wanted to share my passion for it. And I feel like that's where dreams start from. They start from the things that, even the seeds of those dreams are probably sown in your childhood. You know, the things that you love as a kid, you could love, and the Lord can use as an adult, you know, to see his will accomplished through your life. Yeah,
likewise, I shared somewhat in the January Selah that I had a dream of being an artist of some sort, but I had this other dream of being a pastor. So I did that. But then the artist thing didn't disappear, and now I get to be the creative director, which is cool.
Yeah.
Earlier in this week, we were talking with Mike, and he was talking about actually going from being a teacher to having a job here, and how that was a breakthrough in his life. But we were trying to clarify that the breakthrough for your workplace or whatever doesn't have to be working at a church. Obviously, your husband does.
Right.
But could you just speak into that a little bit in regards to someone who has a dream about something like fitness isn't necessarily Christian, but there's a lot of faith involved in what you do.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's the cool thing about how my job has kind of evolved now. I still teach group fitness, but over the years it's changed, and now I'm more of a personal trainer, so I'm more of a one-on-one. I go into people's homes and help them exercise, whereas they probably wouldn't otherwise. And so I've gotten to build such great relationships with the people that I train, and even the participants at the gym. I've built so many great relationships that way. And I have had the opportunity to pray with people, listen to people. I mean, I joke a lot of times that I should probably get a degree in counseling too, you know, because I feel like people are so vulnerable when they're exercising, they're sweaty, and they feel weak, and they just get so vulnerable. And so stuff just starts pouring out of them, and just being a listening ear and, praying with them, supporting them, asking them questions about their journeys. And I feel like it's a ministry in itself, just to walk alongside somebody in their journey from point A to point B and helping them get there, like linking arms with them and help them get there. It's such a blessing, honestly, and it is so life-giving to me that the parts of my job that are hard, and I think we can all relate to, even if you are in a job that you absolutely love, you're living your dream, there's parts about it that you don't like to do, but it's that the fruit and the seeing somebody go from point A to point B that really helps those other parts of the job that you don't love. Like, it helps it, be more worthwhile.
Yeah, and I think because we throw on the term ministry, we think that you can only minister within a ministry.
Right.
But in reality, ministering to someone just usually looks like meeting a need.
Yeah.
So whether that's someone's need is that they need to be healthier,
yeah.
or whatever it is, even making food for someone, like you're meeting a need.
Yeah.
And I think usually through that, you get an opportunity to share like what's driving you to want to meet that need, which for believers is usually your faith.
Yeah, exactly.
So for those people who have been sitting on a dream, or maybe like you were in a season for a while, like while you were raising your kids, where that dream had to be put on hold, how would you encourage them about that?
I think it's okay for a dream to be on hold, and I think just because it's on hold, don't let it go away. Don't let it die. Keep bringing it before the Lord. Keep asking Him if it's from Him. And I fully believe that if it is a desire from Him, it won't go away. It'll only get stronger to the point where you can't suppress that desire anymore. You just have to act on it, which was the point where I was in my life. But, if you're in a season where you have small children, or you're just in a place where you can't pursue the dream that you feel like God's put in your heart, that's okay. Not every season is a season of seeing those dreams come to pass. A lot of times, a lot of seasons are waiting and being built to a point to where when the dream does come to pass, you're ready for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I spoke about David in a sermon not too long ago, and I was studying the timeline of his life, and it was a lot longer than the kids' Bible story version. Because, from the time he was anointed as a young teenager to becoming king was something upwards of 15 to 20 years.
Yeah.
But we read it as he killed Goliath and then he was king the next week. But there's always a journey there that we kind of overlook as far as between dream to stepping into it. So.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your story.
Absolutely.
So for those of you that have been listening all week, we just pray that you've been encouraged to press on. And although we're finishing our fast today, we just want to encourage you to continue to make prayer and fasting part of your lifestyle. We do this twice a year, so the January Selah will be here before you know it. But especially as you're trying to really get clarity from the Lord or just find breakthrough in different circumstances, don't forget that praying to the Lord actually does move things, because He's listening to you and He wants to hear your voice and have a relationship with you. So thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you soon.